Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about Cnidaria or Coelenterata. And last class we learnt about Porifera, phylum Porifera. Poriferas are primitive organisms. As most of the Poriferas are especially for aquatic organism. They are made with cellular level of body organization. The body made up of cells. Okay, not tissues. In the tissues and organs are absent. So that now we are going to discuss about the tissue level of body organized animals. That is nothing but we can call Coelenterata. Okay, the first one is cellular level. That is what? Porifera. After cellular level, next level is what? Tissue level. Cells group and form. Some cells combine and form what? Tissues. Tissues level of body organized animals are we can call Cnidarians or Coelenteratans. The word given Coelenterata or Cnidaria. And this name given, Cnidaria name given by the scientist name is Leuckart in 1887. At the year of 1887, he given the name, the first time he given the name of Cnidaria and Coelenterata. The starting its names, this phylum's name is what? Coelenterata. Later it will be changed into what? Cnidaria. Why? Because these animals, these are mostly aquatic and marine. So mostly marine, only very few like Hydra is what? Freshwater, especially for Coelenteratans. Okay, Coelenterata, these are the organisms belongs to invertebrates, and most of them what? Aquatic organisms. Okay, you have to imagine. Okay, what is Coelenterata? We are not seeing that organisms. These are marine. Marine means mostly organisms are living in sea water, in marine water. In marine water, we are observed sometimes what in TV channel they are showing what? The white color transparent like umbrella like shape. Okay, this shape, it is moving in water. What it is? That is what? Aurelia. Okay, some are what? Sessile. Sessile means what? What is the meaning of sessile? Non-movable. And some are what? Freely swimming. There are freely movers. Some organisms are. That means, imagine these organisms are living in aquatic. So that you have to imagine what are the organisms having in aqua. Aqua means what? In water. Especially in marine water. Okay. So that these organisms we can call Coelenterata. Now we are going to discuss about the important phylum. One more important phylum, that is what? Coelenterata. Okay. Now we are discussing about the characteristics of Coelenterata or Cnidaria. The name given what? Cnidaria. Okay. The scientist name who gave the name of Cnidaria, especially for Leuckart in 1887. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the characteristics of what? Coelenterata and Cnidaria. And mostly these Cnidarians or Coelenteratans are what? Especially for marine. Mostly marine. Marine organisms means which are living in, okay, especially for salt water, saline water, especially for, okay, marine, and very few are what? Fresh water. Example is Hydra. Okay, first of all we have to discuss about the important points about the Cnidaria. Okay, the Cnidarians are radially symmetrical. What is the meaning of radially symmetrical? Already we know. Okay, radially symmetrical means what? Any plane going through with main axis. Any plane going through with main axis, it is divided into equal parts. Any plane, already we learnt about what is radially symmetrical. These organisms are radially symmetrical organisms. What is radially symmetrical organism? Any plane going through with middle axis, it is divided into two equal parts. Already we learnt. Okay, if the plane is going through with this axis, it is divided this part is equal. Okay, it is going middle, this part is middle. It is like this part is middle. Okay, so that is we can call radial symmetrical organisms. And these organisms are diploblastic organisms. What is the meaning of diploblastic organism? These are the primitive organisms. These are aquatic and primitive organisms, invertebrate phylums. So that these are diploblastic. That means the germ layers are formed only two. What is that one? Ectoderm and endoderm. In embryo, it will be forms two derms or two layers only. What are they? There are ectoderm and other one is what? Endoderm. Endodome. Ectoderm and endodome. What is absent? Mesoderm is absent. So that these are animals we can call diploblastic organisms. Okay, mostly marine and mostly what marine and some are freshwater, and these are living in solitary. Solitary means single, alone, and some are living in colonial. Colonial means what? Okay, so we have to write that point also. Some are living, especially for okay, solitary means what? Alone. Some are living what? Especially for colonial. Already we know what is colonial. Colonial means what? They are living in group. That is we can call colonial. Okay. Now, and diploblastic organism, that means in their embryo only 2 germ layers are formed, so that we can call diploblastic organisms. Okay. Diploblastic organisms, and next one more important point. The body made up of tissue level. What is the meaning of tissue level? Already we learned. Poriferans are cellular level of body organism. A body made up of cells, only cells. But these are made up of group of cells. Group of cells, they are doing similar function. Group of cells, so that it is called tissue level of body organization. The body organized by tissue level of body organization. We can call coelenteratans or cnidarians. Okay. And next one, very, very important point about that one. This coelenteratan, for example, this is a hydra or obelia. If you observe it there, the middle of the body, the cavity, whatever the cavity is there, this cavity we can call gastrovascular cavity. What we call gastrovascular cavity. What is the meaning of gastrovascular cavity? The middle of the body. It is having gastrovascular cavity, or the name given coelenteron. The other name coelenteron. What is the meaning of coelenteron? Coelenteron is nothing but cavity. What type of cavity? Gastrovascular cavity. In which organism we are observed these type of cavity? Coelenteratas or cnidarias. Here, whatever cavity is there in that body, this cavity is which type of cavity? Gastrovascular cavity or coelenteron cavity. What is the meaning of gastrovascular cavity or coelenteron cavity? Means what? Gastro means it is useful for digestion, and vascular means what? It is useful for supplying blood. Vascular means blood vessel. So the two types of functions doing gastro, digestion and circulation. Both are doing. So that gastrovascular cavity are nothing but we can call coelenteron. So that these organisms name is coelenterata. What we call coelenterata. In cnidarians, especially for it will be consist of okay, the name given coelenterata. Why? Because the name given coelenterata, for example, okay, hydra or obelia or any organism in cnidarian organism, the cavity we can call gastrovascular cavity. What we call gastrovascular cavity or coelenterata. We can call coelenteron. The cavity name is coelenteron. Very important. Okay. Okay, in cnidarians, what we call that cavity, whatever space is there, okay, in middle of the body, that cavity we can call coelenteron or gastrovascular cavity. Why? Because this name given gastrovascular cavity. Why? Because gastro means it is useful for digestion. Vascular means it is useful for circulation. Okay, this cavity is useful, it is functioning two functions. One is gastrovascular cavity. Okay, digestion and circulation it is useful. So that this cavity name is coelenteron. Okay, so that these organisms name is coelenterata. Coelenterata. Okay, why? Because the name given coelenterata means what? It is having the cavity name is coelenteron, gastrovascular cavity. So that it is a name given what? Coelenterata. That is a very, very important point. And the mouth region, okay, these organisms, the mouth region we can call round structure we can call hypostome. What we call hypostome. Around the hypostome, tentacles is there. These are useful for to capture the food items. What we call tentacles. These are what? Can call tentacles. On tentacles, some type of cells is there. Okay, so that I will. Okay, some type of cells. What we call that cells on nidoblast. Some organisms inside the body also. Okay, in ectoderm also. In ectoderm, okay, some cells is there. That cells we can call nidoblast. What we call that cells? Nidoblast or nidocyst or stinging cells. Okay, what we call stinging cells or nematocyst. What we call nematocyst. What are these? These are on tentacles on ectoderm. In some organism, in ectoderm, some type of cells is there. What is that cell's name? Nidoblast, nidocyst. Cyst means cells. Nidoblast, nidocyst or stinging cells or okay, nematocyst cells. These are what cells? What is the use of these cells? These cells are releasing what? Poisonous materials to kill the prey, to kill the other organism. Okay, to kill the prey, defense. These are useful for defense and capture the food. Okay, these tentacles and okay, in tentacles, on tentacles, these type of cells are is there. Each and every cells what? Secreting what? Poison, toxic materials. Toxic material. The toxic material useful to kill the prey, other organism. So that this name given, recently this name given Cnidaria. Very, very important. Why? Because Coelenterata recently and starting this phylum name is what? Coelenterata. Later it given what? Cnidaria. Why? Because the name given Cnidaria means what? In the tentacles, in the ectoderm, in the body, some type of cells is there. That cells we can call nidoblast, nematocyst, stinging cells. Okay, these cells, so that nidoblasts are present, so that poisonous cells, so that is secreting poison. It is useful for defense and okay, capture the food items. Okay, and it is also useful to okay and take the what we call support also. Okay, so that these organisms are name given. It consists of what? Nidoblast. So that the name given Cnidaria. That is also one of the very, very important point about the Cnidarian organism. Okay. Generally, Cnidarians, it is already we learned, these are marine. These are sessile. Some are sessile, some are free movable. In their body, two types of life forms is there. Some are freely swimming organisms. Okay, come here, this time. Okay, if you observe it there, in their lifetime it is showing, it is means for Cnidarians. The Cnidarians showing two types of life forms. Two types of life forms. What is that life forms? Some life form that sometimes, some period, it is look like what? Like cylindric in shape. Okay, so that I will draw here. Like cylindric in shape. Hydrobilia. In their lifetime, it is showing, most of the Cnidarians showing, this whatever cylindric in shape, this is sessile. What is the meaning of sessile? Non-moving. Not moving anywhere, just stagnant. But some are freely moving. Which are freely moving? Which are umbrella-like shaped structures. Are you observe? This is cylindric in shape. We can call these are polyp. What we call polyp. in their lifetime, that means Cnidarian lifetime, they are showing two life forms, two body shapes. One is sessile, non-movable, cylindric in shape. That stage we can call polyp. Polyp, when it is having polyp stage, they are showing asexual mode of reproduction. This is very important. Asexual mode of reproduction. When they are in umbrella shape, they are showing free swimming. There are free swimming. Okay, try to observe the difference between. There are very free swimming, and these organisms, the free swimming, that stage we can call medusa. Very, very important. Polyp, medusa. Which is polyp? Polyp is the cylindric in shape. Cylindric in shape, sessile, and they are showing asexual mode of reproduction. In their lifetime, they are showing one more, which are showing what? Which are the formation of gametes, germ cells. That stage we can call medusa stage. Medusa stages look like umbrella shape. And umbrella shape, they are showing what? Sexual reproduction, syngamy, especially for there are freely swimming. In polyp stage, there are especially for the stagnant. Okay, there is sessile. Okay, try to observe the difference between what is polyp and medusa. Okay, these are the one more important point about the Cnidarians. Okay, and when they are in polyp stage, they are showing asexual reproduction. What type of asexual reproduction? Budding, mostly budding. It's showing what? Budding, hydra. And when they are in medusa stage, they are showing what? Sexual reproduction. They produce gametes, germ cells. They produce gametes, male and female gametes. At their time, they are showing syngamy. The reproduction is what? Syngamy. What is the meaning of syngamy? Fusion of male and female gametes, production of male and female gametes. Okay, that is showing what? Syngamy. Okay, these are the very, very important points about what? Cnidarians. Okay, now we have to discuss about, I will write all points about the Cnidarians. Again we have to discuss, okay, what are important points. These are very important, but remaining extra points also I will give the extra points also for you. Okay, now we have to discuss about what the characteristics of Cnidaria one by one. Okay, the characteristics of Cnidaria already I am told. These are aquatic organisms. Mostly all are living in aquatic water only. Mostly marine, some are freshwater like hydra. Some are solitary, single, they are living alone. Some are living what? Most of them living are colonial. Colonial means what? Group, corals like. Okay. And symmetry, the structure is body organized with what? Radial symmetry. Okay. Radial symmetry, already we learned about radial symmetry. The symmetry is showing body organized what? Radial symmetry. And nidoblast. What is the meaning of nidoblast? That means on tentacles, on ectoderm, the body ectoderm, it will be consist which type of cells? Nidoblast are what we called nematocyst. Nematocyst or stinging cells. These are the cells which are producing what? Some secreting some poisonous toxic material which is useful to kill the prey. Okay. So that this is very important. So the name given what? Cnidaria. So that the name, why? Because the name kept what? Cnidaria. Okay. Especially for which is consist what? Nidoblast. Okay. And the name given what? Coelenterata by Leucott. The scientist name is Leucott. At the time, Leucott in the year of 1887. Okay, you have to remember this one also. Okay, the scientist name is Leucott. The name given Leucott at the year of 1887. Okay, already we learned about the poriferans are cellular level of body organization. These are tissue level of body organization. This is very important. Tissue level of body organization. Body organization made up of tissue level. Okay, the first two tissue level organisms are what? Cnidarians or coelenteratans. Okay, the diploblastic. The diploblastic means what? In germ layers having one only two germ layers. What are they? Ectoderm and endoderm. Ectoderm and endoderm. And very, very important point, gastrovascular cavity. What is the meaning of gastrovascular cavity? It is useful for two functions. One is digestion and circulation. So that it is called coelenteron, coelenterata. The name given coelenterata by coelenteron cavity. Okay, next one, extracellular. Okay, this is one more important point. The digestion occurs in extracellular, intracellular. What is the difference between digestion occurs in extracellular, intracellular? One important point about this digestive system. Here, digestive system is absent. Why? Because it is having only one opening. In these organisms, okay, whatever organisms is there in this organism, it consists only one opening. That opening we can call, that mouth we can call hypostome. Only one mouth, only one opening only. Anus is absent. That means digestion and ejection, ingestion and digestion, both are occurs in through with only one hole. Both are occurs in through with what? One opening only. So that incomplete digestive system, very very important. What type of digestive system we are observed in this organism? Incomplete. It is not a complete. Why? Because it is not complete. In that only having only one opening. Through with that opening only, ingestion and ejection occurs in within one that opening only. So that incomplete digestion. Digestion occurs in inside the cell or outside the cell. Inside the cell we can call intracellular. Outside the cell we can call extracellular. Okay. That means digestion occurs in inside the cell and outside the cell. But incomplete digestive system we are observing these Cnidarian organisms. And one more important thing, statocyst. What is the meaning of statocyst? Before discussing about statocyst, what about the nervous system in this organism? Nervous system. In Porifera, nervous system is absent. In these organisms, little bit, very less nervous system is developed. What is nervous system? Nervous system, in this which type of nervous system, which type of cells we are observing nervous system? Statocyst. What is the meaning of statocyst? Stato means balance. It is useful for the balance in water. Which is useful? This statocyst. In that also nervous system is not well developed. Okay, so that I will write that point also. Okay, nervous system not well developed nervous system. Okay, nothing but non-polarized nervous system. Non-polarized, just having only cells only. Non-polarized nervous system. Okay, in nervous system, which type of cells we are observed? Statocyst, which is useful for the equilibrium, balance of the body. Okay, statocyst. And one more important, very very important point about the Cnidaria. In their lifetime, Cnidarians are showing what? Two types of life forms. What are they? Sometimes they look like what? Polyp. Sometimes they look like medusa. Polyp means cylindric in shape. They are showing asexual reproduction like budding. And medusa, which are freely swimming, they are showing umbrella-like structure, chhatri, umbrella-like structures, and they are showing sexual reproduction. The process is called syngamy. Try to observe the difference between both of them. So that in their lifetime, they are showing various types of life forms. Some are cylindric, some are umbrella, some are polyp, some are medusa. So that this is the process we can call metagenesis. Metagenesis, they are showing metagenesis life. That means what? They are showing two different types of life forms. And come here. They are showing what? Budding. Especially reproduction is occurs in budding. You know what is the meaning of bud? Buds are growing. Okay, for example, this is hydra. In that hydra, buds are growing. The buds increase the size and also separate from parent body. It is growing new individually. So that it is called budding. Okay, that is the budding occurs in these organisms. And syngamy. Sexual reproduction occurs in the process of syngamy. The male and female gametes are both are combined and form what? New organism, zygote, we can call syngamy. Especially for larval stage, some organism we can call planula. Okay, indirect development. Development is indirect development. What is the meaning of indirect development? Most of the Cnidarian without larval stage, directly zygote develops into what?
new individuals without larval stage. So that with some organisms we are observed what indirect development also. Okay, these are the examples of what, sorry, characteristics of cnidarians. Now we are going to discuss about the examples of cnidarians. Okay.
Okay, if you observe that this is the polyp stage, cylindrical in shape, tentacles, hypostome, tentacles on tentacles, nidoblast. This is polyp stage. It is sessile, it is attached. Okay, this is a medulla, which is freely swimming, showing sexual reproduction. Okay, umbrella-like shape. These are tentacles. On tentacles, nidoblasts are present. Okay, this is Aurelia. We can call Aurelia. That is what Adamsia. Okay. Okay, now we are going to discuss about some of the examples of cnidarians. I am given so many examples. Why I am given this much of examples means what? It is useful for NEET exam and competitive exam. So that I am given what lot of examples of cnidarians and zoological names and common names. At least one question they are asking what is zoological name of some example of animal and common name. So that I am given lot of examples, especially for examples of cnidaria. The first one is Aurelia. Aurelia, it is the zoological name is Aurelia. The common name is jellyfish. What we call jellyfish. It is not a fish, but it is cnidarian. Its name is jellyfish. But Aurelia is the zoological name and common name is jellyfish. And Velella. Velella is the zoological name. Sail by wind. That is what? Common name. And another one is Fungia. Fungia. Okay, it is the zoological name. Common name is mushroom coral. Mushroom, look like mushroom. Mushroom coral. Okay, that is the common name. And next one, Adamsia. Okay, Adamsia, generally what we call sea anemone, just like animal. Sea anemone. Okay, Adamsia, other name is called, common name is called, okay, sea anemone. And Gargania. Gargania, it is the other name, sea fan. It looks like a fan, sea fan. Okay, and Tubifora. Tubifora is the zoological name. The common name is Argon pipe coral. What we call Argon pipe coral. And Moderphora. The Moderphora, stage horn coral. Stage horn. Okay, horn coral. And Obelia, very important. We can call sea fur. F-U-R, just like a hairline. Okay, sea fur. Okay, and Astrea. Astrea means what? Star. Star coral. What we call star coral. These are zoological name, common names. Okay, we have to observe some of the other examples of what, especially for Coelenterata. And very, very important, Physalia. The zoological name is Physalia. The common name is Portuguese war of man. Man of war. Okay, the name given what? Portuguese man of war. Especially Portuguese soldiers are look like this animal like Physalia. Why? Because this Physalia having so many what, especially for nidoblast cells. Okay, and the nidoblast especially for stinging cells, and mostly poisonic tentacles. It will be consist more tentacles, poisonic material. It will be kills within short time other enemy. Other enemy means what? Other prey. So that the name given Portuguese man of war. Why? Because it consists more, okay, what we call nidoblast cells, poisonous material. It will be kills within short time. Tentacles, more tentacles. So that it is called Portuguese man of war. And look like also like a Portuguese soldier. And Alcyonium. Okay, Alcyonium. Okay, Alcyonium, what we call the Alcyonium, dead man's finger. Okay, just like a dead man's finger. Even in Porifera also came one. This is also we can call Alcyonium. We can call dead man's finger. And Pennatula. Pennatula. What we call sea pen. Sea pen or sea feather. Feathers. Okay. Sea pen or sea feathers. Okay. And next one, Corallium nobile. Okay, Corallium nobile. These are what we can general name, what common name we can call red coral. Okay, these are the names especially for useful for NEET exam
and okay, other competitive exams, so that everybody must learn, take down, and these names also, okay, general names and zoological names.